Good morning, Flosstube. Hi. Welcome to Mimi's Stitchery. I'm Amy. Today is Wednesday, February 15th. It is about almost 11 o'clock in the morning here in upstate New York, and it is currently 62 degrees in February. It's not normal for us to be 62 degrees in February. But it is, and the sun is out, and so I'm taking advantage of some good light and the fact that I've been pretty productive over the last couple days to film a Flosstube. How is everybody? So this week is kind of an anomaly this semester. I actually had yesterday off, and I have today off because tomorrow night I'm teaching in the classroom. And then I do clinical Friday, Saturday, and then Monday. So next week is the same. I have Tuesday and Wednesday off. And then I go back to the other schedule. Sorry. Nose is drippy today because it is 62 degrees in New York in February. So you're probably going to see me wiping a drippy nose. Plus, my husband and I have been struggling with something in the house. He's sick. He's running a fever, body aches, headaches, that kind of thing. It's hard to tell with me because I've been so tired as of late. It's hard to tell if I've just been tired or if I've had something going on. It's always difficult for me to say. So I think came down with something and I'm coming out of it now because I'm feeling better today. And we're just going to hope for the best, and hopefully hubby's feeling better very soon because he definitely called in. He left work early yesterday and called off today, and that's not like my husband. So you'll have to excuse me because my hair, it's a wash hair day, and it's windy here today, so my hair's kind of all over the place. But I figured it's better something than nothing, so here we go. I have a finish that is now an FFO. I know. Don't fall out of your chairs. I actually have a finish that's an FFO. So I finished this. You haven't seen it in a while. I finished this over the last couple of weeks because I was craving a finish. So I pulled it down off my hanging wall of whips and I decided to finish it. And then I took some time on yesterday, to FFO. No, I actually did that on Sunday. I FFO'd on Sunday. I started another sewing project yesterday. So you'll see that my stitching's not as much as usual now that I'm back in session and trying to finish my master's, but there's still quite a bit, I think. I think it's been just over 2 weeks since my last video. So I have, I don't know, 4 or 5 whips to show you. I have the finish that's now an FFO, and I have 2 knitting whips, but we'll go to knitting at the end. So if you just like the cross stitch, you can peace out. I have a little bit of haul. Yep, said I wasn't going to buy. And then Tiffany, Black Cat X Stitchery. Well, I commissioned one, and then she showed me fabric that she'd found, and I had to have another one. So I'm going to show you that. Also going to talk about some plans. Sorry, I'm clicking my pen. That's probably really annoying to you. I'll stop. And have changed the way I'm kind of tracking things. So let's talk about the finish first, and then we'll do whips, and then I will do plans and show you how I've been tracking some things, and then we'll do knitting at the end, and we'll sneak haul in there somewhere. Deal? Okay, let's go. So my finish FFO, and I'm not going to show you the pattern. A, I don't have it up here, and B, I've already FFO'd it, so you've seen it. This is, I think it's called Raven Needlebook by Lindy Stitches. This is stitched on, let me look, in my new, it came with kit fabric. It's called for threads. I changed the fabric out, and I believe this is a 36 count. I don't know. I want to say Ren by Picture This Plus, maybe not. But here's the front, here's the back. And I changed the FFO portion of this a little bit. So I made it into a needle book, but I put a ribbon tie on it which is not aligned as perfectly as I'd like it to be. I kind of wanted it in the center, but you'll see that this one's lower, this one's higher. I don't know if they moved while I was sewing it all together or not, but it opens up into this beautiful needle book. It came with these pins, and it came with a pair of scissors that I've put one of my scissor fobs on from when I was called Little Farm Quilts. And I think what I am going to do, so it came with these scissors. I am going to sew something in here probably today, maybe a ribbon to tie the scissors to because they keep falling out. And that way they'll stay in. But here. I'm loving this. I will put something in there to anchor the scissors. Maybe I'll put a needle minder or something in and see if that anchors the scissors. That's probably another good idea. But yeah. And it ties up nicely with the ribbon. I was thinking it needs to tie. It didn't say to put a tie in there, but it really needs to tie because if it goes in my bag for retreats and things, it needs to stay shut. Okay, so that's what it looks like. This is just ribbon I had in my stash. I'm quite happy with that. Very happy. I have some stitching error in the tomato, but ended up looking out fine. Yep. So I spent a few days on that and got it finished. Lovely. I can put that now in my stitching stuff. All right, let's talk about some whips. I guess the first one I'm going to show you. Oh, maybe. Yes. Is the Bear Cottage Garden Samplings. I'm stitching on this with Gail from Gail's Golden Needle, and we are doing hashtag Woods Sunday Sale on Instagram. So if you're stitching this along with us, go ahead and tag that. We are watching the hashtag. I'm stitching this. 40 count Earl Grey by Grace Notes Fabrics. And this is where I got to this Sunday. I put some more into the greenery down here. I put quite a bit into here and started outlining sections and then started working up that section there. Love 40 count. I have switched my fabric of the month to 36 count though. Mainly for my eyes. However, you know, stitching on this piece of 40 count Earl Grey makes me want to switch it back to 40 count. I just don't, I don't really want to contact them right now because they're getting ready for market. But I kind of want to switch back to 40 count just because I've got a setup now that works really well for me. And I got quite a bit done. So that will come out again on Sunday earlier if I feel like I should. But typically it comes out on Sunday. I'm going to pitch everything over here out of my way because otherwise I'm going to have like a mountain of stuff. All right, second whip I'm going to show you, I think. Yes, it's right here. Courtney, if you're watching, you need to look away. Again, this is secret stitching. I'm going to show this on here because she doesn't usually watch me. But if you are, Courtney, you need to look away. This is my stitch for my daughter's wedding coming August 19th. It's called Adventure. The Adventure Begins. It's by Nikki Pattern. I'm stitching this on 40 count. I believe it is 40 count Morning Dove by Lakeside Linen. I need to get 1,100 stitches on this a month. I'm not there yet. I think, hold on, I have my tablet right here. I can show you where I'm at now. I should be, by the end of this month, I need to be at 2,200 stitches. And right now, let's see, where am I? Sorry, I should have pulled this up ahead of time. Right now I'm at 1518. So I have a little ways to go, but I did put some stitches in this yesterday. I put some more over here, and I put some more in the lettering, and it's coming along very nicely. So this is going to get some more love. Not sure if it'll be today. I'll show you when I talk about plans. It may be today. It could be later today, though. I have something else I need to finish first. So that's that. The next one I want to show you I'm showing my whip goes last. So this is a stitch, a round robin, not a round robin, I'm doing with several Flosstube friends of mine. This is called, not going to shock you, it's called Flosstube Friends. It is by October House Fiber Arts. I am stitching this on 40 count. I believe it's Beach Brew by R&R. And how is it that I lost my needle? The first one that got to choose who they were is Corinne from Grace Notes Fabrics. So I have my Grace Notes Fabrics needle minder on there. She chose purple for her dress. So I'm stitching this with Pico Beats by Classic Colorworks, and I put green accents in there, which don't show up very well on camera, but they do in person. It's subtle, but it's there, and I like the green and the purple together. This is the one that's going to go on my stitching stand first. I need to have her done by the end of the month, as the next person, Hannah, will soon spin for the next person to pick their dress. Yes, so I have to figure out which one I'd like if I happen to be next. I don't know. I was thinking this one because I'm kind of the old lady of the group, but I'm not sure if that's the one I want to pick, and we'll see. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Never been in a round robin with people. I have another one coming. That's that. And those will just add to my monthly Whip Go goals. I don't even think I have that one on my list of whips, which I'll show you shortly. Okay, so now we're into Whip Go. I have two Whip Go boards. One is a full coverage Whip Go board, and one is just a categories Whip Go board. So this month, hold on, that's January. February, Whip Go. From my full coverage board, it was number 7 and 11 for both boards. So my full coverage board, Lost No More, was pulled and Bonded in the Rain. And then for my other categories, it was one of my chatelaines, which I chose Mushroom and Fern to stitch on. And then it was Summer or Patriotic, and I chose Queen of Freedom to stitch on. So Mushroom and Fern Mandala got one evening, hardly any stitches, and I'm not going to show you because it's a big piece to pull out to show you, maybe 30 stitches. So I did check it off that it got one day. It needs 2 more days. My Bonded in the Rain piece, Bonded by the Rain, artwork by Leonid Afromov. This is pretty beat up. It's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I am stitching it on 25 count, 2/110. And this has gotten its 3 days. One was a fairly long day. The other 2 were fairly short. But like I said, if it's 3 days, it's 3 days. I'm not going to get into hours because my life just does not offer that right now. My hope was to get my Royal Rose all the way over to the corner. That did not happen. However, looking under to make sure you guys can see, I did make pretty good progress. I am doing this essentially in Royal Rose. Every once in a while, the number of threads that are parked drives me a little crazy. I tend to work some of them in, so it drives me less crazy. But that's where I am right now. And that's had its 3 days. So that is now going to get folded up and go back on my full coverage shelf with my others. Lost No More, I have not worked on at all. And the other one was Queen of Freedom. It's my Mira. It's patriotic, so I chose her to work on. So a little story about her. I had kind of a little fit this Sunday on my Zoom with Gail. Let's say, and I didn't like doing whip go again. I want to stitch on what I want to stitch on. But you know what? She pointed out I can stitch on what I stitch on. If I want to switch this out, I can go to another patriotic piece. Who makes the rules? There's no cross stitch, please. At the end of the day, I still want her to get progress, so I'm still going to... My goal with my mirrors right now is I want to get down into their dresses and start outlining areas so that when I go to my retreats, I can do fill-in on their dresses. Yeah, kind of what I'd like to do. So she got a little bit of work and a little story here. So I'm going to show you just how rogue I am right now. On Queen of Freedom, she was the only Mira that I had started her face 1/1. I regretted it from the time I started it. And because this is on 30 count Constitution fabric by Primitive Hair, and it's a little bit on the gauzy side, I really was not wanting to rip out 1/1. So I converted it to look like 2/2. And I'm telling you, I'm not going to show this up to you magnified so that you can absolutely see that I did that. But when you look at it from a distance, you can't tell. So when this is hanging on my wall, nobody's going to be able to tell that I switched from 1/1 to 2/2 on her skin. So needless to say, I worked mostly in her skin, converting that over to 2/2. And I worked right here in her dress. And she's going to get more love. So as much as I wanted to put her away after that, because when I'm working on her under magnification, you can tell. I know that I've converted it to 2/2. I don't think you can super tell, but it's enough that I know that it drives me a little nuts. And so I kind of wanted to put her away. I'm going to push through and get her skin done so then I can start working on her dress. But can you tell from looking at it? And you even have it closer now than it would be if it was up on my wall, right? Love working on the Miras. Always said I would never do a Mira. I've got 2 of them in play. I've got several more that I'd like to start. So I think it's safe to say that I'm a convert on the whole Mira thing. So she's going to get more love. And that is it for my cross stitch whips. So let's talk some haul. So I had shown this pattern in itself is not haul, but I'm going to show it to you because the bag is my commission bag from Tiffany at Black Cat Xstitchery. If you have not looked at her bags, you should. She's on Etsy and on Instagram. I wanted a bag. This is a round robin that I'm going to be doing with some Flosstube friends of mine. I chose Dreaming of Poppies. They chose a different Dreaming of pattern. And it's going to be shipped around to each of us to do a piece of. I wanted a bag that was appropriate for this in order for it to be shipped around. And I'm going to kit this up sometime this week as well, hopefully. So Tiffany showed me some fabric. And I asked her if she could, if she could make me a bag. And look at this. She even used gold thread. I love it. So I think it suits this pattern very well. And this is how this pattern will travel. So yeah. Love the bag, Tiff. Love the bag. Okay, so then she was texting me other fabric she found. And so I said, well, I need one of those too. So this is, I'm going to show you the back first. This is the fabric. And honestly, I'm probably going to put my mushroom and fern in here for travel during retreat season. But yeah, I'm probably going to put it in here. in my mushroom and fern, there are, I wish I didn't still have it on scroll rods because I would pull it out and show it to you. There's these brown silk branches through all of the mandala, and I'm pulling out the brown silk to take with me and just the mushroom and fern, and I'm working on that at retreats. So I think it's going to go in this bag. I think it's very appropriate. Here's the front, and of course she always puts tea and floss drops in there, which I love because I keep the floss drops in my notions bin next to my stitchy chair, and I just use them whenever I need them. And in the one for the poppy, she also included one of these little doodads, which I absolutely love. Love these. So that was my small amount of haul. Yes. More bags. It's just I've been in the process of replacing some of the old bags that I used to use, and they weren't fabric bags. They were bags from like Amazon, those plastic zipper bags. And I just like, being able to replace those. And then supporting a friend is always helps me, right? I always like that part. Okay. So let's get on to some organizational things. I showed you guys a while ago that I had a planner. It's my work and life planner, and I was keeping track of my stitching in there as well. I've decided that gets too, I don't like it. So what I did was I took my stitching journal that I received from StitchCon last year, which is a very nice journal, and this is what I did. Hold on. I listed all of my whips that I went into this year with. The 3 that you see highlighted are finishes so far this year. So I did that. These are all the whips that I went into 2023 with. Then, like I did January, and as you know, I have knitting goals and cross stitch goals. I listed the days. I listed the days in January. I did, as far as I can remember, what I stitched on each day, and then talked about whatever I finished. This is my Hue Shift Afghan goals. This is my socks. This is my wedding piece and my goal, and this is my whip go and other things. And I just kind of left that in there for January. What fell out was all retreat information and my whip go boards. And then for February, I did the same. So I've had 2 finishes so far in February. Let me move this. So I have my 2 finishes for February. I have finished 4 blocks on my Hue Shift Afghan. I've worked a little bit on my socks, but not enough. I have not completed my wedding piece goal, which is what this post-it note is. And I've been tracking what I've been stitching on daily and my whip go right here. So I said to Gail, I have concerns about whether I'm going to make my whip go goals in February. If I don't make them in February, I will roll this post-it note over into March. And I will just keep rolling over. I really want to follow along with my whip go because it means that I have the potential of all my pieces being touched. It means that I have some sort of structure to my stitching. I'm not all willy-nilly. I do have some starts planned this year. I'm kind of trying to gauge it when I can't hold off and not start anything anymore. So I have things, as you know, if you don't know, I did a fully kitted parade. I think it was near my whip parade. I have plenty of things kitted up, ready to go. I also have another round robin starting. And I have the stitch along I'm doing with Gail from Gail's Gold Needle on the Woods in series. And we have another one planned to do after that. I'm not saying that I'm having no new starts. What I am trying to do is definitely slow down on any stash acquisition because I have plenty of here to kit up things. Plus I'm in a Fabric of the Month club. So the poppies will be starting in the next month or so. I do think I'm going to do a birthday start, but it probably will not be on my birthday because the week of my birthday, ASIN is in to accredit our nursing program again, to renew our accreditation. And that's a busy week. That's my birthday week. So it probably will not be on my birthday, but it will be that week, probably on a Sunday. I'll probably give the bear a little bit of attention and then, or on one of my days off. So it won't be on my birthday. But I do think I'm going to look through my kitted items and see which one I like the most and go ahead and start it. So I'm not going to do a no new starts. I just think that's unrealistic. I'm going to try not to start any more full coverage. That being said, you know what I mean? Whatever I'm feeling for on my birthday, that's what I'm going to do. Because I have plenty of kitted up items that need to be, if they're never started, they're never going to get finished. So might as well start them. I do have strong feelings to finish some things. And I think that I pulled off the needle book off my hanging wall of whips. So I've been hanging my whips actually on pant hangers or skirt hangers, however you want, the ones hangers with the clips. And so I can see them. And what I ended up doing is I didn't feel like working on any of my called for whip go pieces or anything that needed to be worked on, like the wedding piece or the Flosstube Friends piece. So I just went to where they were hanging and pulled down what was speaking to me, and that happened to be the Raven Needle Book. I may continue to do that from time to time. I think February is a short month, so for me to meet all my goals this month with as busy as I've been is not necessarily realistic, although I am going to try. I have a stitching get together tonight, so I'll be stitching more then. But I would be stitching in the evening anyway. So we'll see what I can get done today. It is beautiful here. The sun is out. I am taking my dog outside today. Get him out and get him some exercise. Because my husband usually walks him, but hubby has not been feeling well. So he has not been walked. And so I'm going to get him out today and get him a walk. And then some stitching today. And get ready for the rest of my week. Okay, I think that's it for the stitching, the plans, and what I have going on. I have to plan my daughter's bridal shower because her maid of honor actually lives in Colorado and will not be able to plan her bridal shower. So her future mother-in-law and I are planning her bridal shower. So I'm using one of these little booklets that I got from Tiffany at Black Cat Extra Tree, and it's labeled Courtney's shower and the date. And that's how I'm going to keep track of that. So I'm big into the notebooks and the planning right now. I think it helps. I think it helps keep me focused on the things that I need to do to stay mentally healthy. So there you go. So if you're only here for the stitching, I'm going to depart from stitching here and go to some of my knitting. If you're going to leave, thanks for watching. I appreciate the feedback. Please like and subscribe. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm, and share me to other people if you find me interesting. And I'm going to go on to the knitting. So those of you that stayed for the knitting, you know that I've started a pair of footy socks for my oldest daughter. I don't think I have this yarn tag. Nope, I don't. This yarn is from Forbidden Fiber Co. I got it in the Yarn of the Month Club. It was a Once Upon a Time Yarn of the Month Club, and I don't remember the name. I'm sorry. And I don't know if it's available on her website. I worked on the footy socks a little bit. When did I work on them? I don't remember. Oh, at work, I think. On my lunch. And I got about another inch done on the foot. So footy socks, there's the heel. So a few more inches, a couple more inches, and then I'll start working on the toe. So I take these, I've been taking these into work. I have not worked on my cowl. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that right now because I'm running out of time to give things as much work as I would like. So I'm still trying to fit in the cowl. My Hue Shift Afghan, that's this Afghan by Knit Picks. My goal is, and I'm doing it in the Brava Sport Jewel colorway, which is this colorway. My goal is 2 squares a week, and so far I've been able to keep up with that goal. Let me see if I can hold this, get this needle somewhere. Let me see if I can. And this is where I am now. So I think I've gotten three or four squares done since last time you saw it. I'm working up actually this side right here. This is going to be hard to show as it gets bigger, huh? Let me see if I can drop that needle. But there we go. Having fun. The squares are looking better. I think doing 2 squares a week has definitely kept me on track to better knitting quality for this pattern. It's a fairly easy pattern, but I find that putting it down sorry, too often makes me have to relearn the pattern for whatever reason. I think honestly my brain just has so many things to remember, it doesn't want to remember stuff as much anymore. So just by the length of this video, I don't have as much to show you this week, but I thought I should put up a video anyway. So thanks if you've hung in there. Thanks for watching. Hi to all my stitchy friends. Those of you that I'm going to see tonight, I look forward to seeing you. And everybody enjoy your day. I hope you have a great one. And please like and subscribe to the video. It helps me with my algorithm. And go check out my mom at Grandma Nana Stitches and Gail at Gail's Golden Needle. I'm trying to get Tiffany to do like a bag floss tubes kind of thing. But we'll see. I'm still working on her. All right. See you guys. Have a great day.